Feed is the single biggest expense in livestock farming. For many farmers, it consumes more than half of the total cost of raising animals. Some even say that if feed prices rise just a little more, it becomes almost impossible to make a profit from livestock at all. But what if the solution to that problem was already growing in the soil around you? Across the world, farmers practicing self-sufficient farming and sustainable homesteading are quietly transforming the way they feed their animals. Instead of relying almost entirely on commercial feed, they are growing powerful plants that produce massive amounts of natural livestock feed. These plants grow quickly, require very little care, and provide the kind of nutrition animals instinctively crave. The result is something that many farmers once thought was impossible: dramatically reduced livestock feed cost. Today we are going to explore 10 fast-growing fodder plants that farmers are using to replace a huge portion of their livestock feed. Some of these plants grow incredibly fast. Others are packed with protein. And a few of them are so productive that farmers harvest them again and again throughout the year. These plants are already being used by farmers raising goats, cattle, chickens, sheep, rabbits, pigs, and even fish. Many of them grow easily in backyard farming systems, which means they are perfect for a family homestead or even a small senior homestead looking to reduce expenses. And the final plant on this list is so productive that some farmers harvest it every few weeks while feeding an entire flock of animals. If you are looking for ways to create cheap animal feed, increase homestead feed savings, and build a truly sustainable livestock system, these plants could completely change the way you farm. Let's begin with the first plant on our list. The first plant is one that many people already know as a leafy vegetable, but surprisingly few farmers realize just how powerful it can be for livestock. This plant grows quickly, produces abundant leaves, and animals absolutely love eating it. Plant number 10 is amaranth. Amaranth is a fast-growing leafy plant that thrives in warm climates and grows easily in most soils. In many parts of the world, it is grown for human food, but farmers have also discovered that it works incredibly well as amaranth chicken feed and livestock forage. One of the reasons amaranth is so valuable is its rapid growth. Once established, the plant produces a large amount of leafy material in a relatively short amount of time. Those leaves are packed with nutrients and can be harvested regularly. For poultry farmers, this can be a huge advantage. Chickens naturally enjoy scratching and pecking at fresh greens, and amaranth provides them with a steady source of natural nutrition. Ducks also eat it eagerly, and some farmers even feed the leaves to rabbits and goats. Another benefit of amaranth is that it produces seeds that are rich in protein. These seeds can be collected and added to feed mixtures, helping reduce the need for purchased grain. Because the plant grows quickly and produces multiple harvests in a season, it becomes a valuable part of backyard farming systems. Many homesteaders plant rows of amaranth near their animal pens, so they can harvest fresh greens whenever their animals need them. For families trying to create a productive farm plant system, amaranth can be an excellent starting point. But while amaranth grows quickly and provides nutritious leaves, the next plant on our list offers something even more impressive. This plant is famous among homesteaders because it produces enormous amounts of foliage while drawing valuable nutrients from deep within the soil. Plant number 9 is comfrey. Comfrey is often called one of the most useful plants in sustainable homesteading. It grows large, broad leaves and develops an extremely deep root system that pulls minerals from deep underground. Those minerals become concentrated in the leaves, creating a highly nutritious plant that animals love. Farmers commonly grow comfrey specifically for feeding animals. The leaves are rich in nutrients and can be harvested several times throughout the growing season. Chickens enjoy eating chopped comfrey leaves, while goats and pigs often consume them eagerly. Rabbits are also known to thrive on small amounts of comfrey as part of their diet. One of the most remarkable things about comfrey is how productive it is. Once established, the plant grows back rapidly after harvesting. Farmers can cut the leaves down and watch them regrow again and again. Because of this, comfrey is considered one of the most reliable sources of natural livestock feed for homestead systems. Many people who practice self-sufficient farming plant large patches of comfrey near their barns or chicken coops. Whenever animals need fresh greens, they simply harvest a bundle of leaves and bring it directly to the animals. This approach not only reduces the need for commercial feed, but also creates a closed-loop system where plants support animals and animals support the soil. For a family homestead trying to achieve homestead feed savings, comfrey is a powerful ally. But the next plant on this list might surprise you. Unlike the leafy plants we have discussed so far, this one produces long vines that spread quickly and generate large amounts of edible foliage. Plant number 8 is sweet potato vines. Many people grow sweet potatoes for their delicious underground tubers, but farmers have discovered that the vines themselves are extremely valuable as animal feed. Sweet potato vines grow rapidly, spreading across the ground and producing a dense mass of leaves and stems. These vines can be harvested and fed directly to livestock. Goats, pigs, rabbits, and chickens all enjoy eating sweet potato vines, and many farmers use them as a supplemental feed source during the growing season. Because the vines grow so quickly, they can produce a large amount of green forage in a relatively small area. This makes them perfect for backyard farming systems where space may be limited. Another advantage of sweet potato vines is their resilience. The plant thrives in warm climates and continues producing foliage even during dry periods when other plants struggle. For homesteaders looking for cheap animal feed options, this resilience can be extremely valuable. Instead of relying solely on purchased feed, farmers can grow their own forage and harvest it directly from the garden. Sweet potato vines also contribute to the overall productivity of the farm. While the vines feed animals above ground, the tubers growing beneath the soil can be harvested for human food. This dual purpose makes sweet potatoes one of the most versatile plants in sustainable homesteading systems. But the next plant on our list offers something completely different. Instead of spreading across the ground, this plant grows into a tree that produces leaves so nutritious that many farmers consider it one of the best fodder trees available. And when you see how quickly this tree grows and how much forage it produces, you may begin to understand why it is becoming increasingly popular among farmers who want to reduce livestock feed costs. Plant number 7 is mulberry. Mulberry trees are known for their sweet berries, but for livestock farmers the real treasure lies in the leaves. Mulberry leaves are rich in protein and highly digestible, making them an excellent source of natural livestock feed. Goats, sheep, rabbits, and poultry all eat mulberry leaves eagerly. One of the greatest advantages of mulberry trees is their fast growth. Once established, these trees produce large quantities of foliage year after year. Farmers can prune branches and feed the leaves directly to animals. The tree responds by producing even more growth. This cycle allows farmers to harvest mulberry leaves repeatedly without harming the plant. Because of this, mulberry is often included in productive farm plant systems designed to support livestock naturally. Many family homestead owners plant mulberry trees around the edges of their property. Over time, these trees provide shade, fruit, and a continuous supply of nutritious leaves for animals. For those trying to practice sustainable homesteading, mulberry trees represent a long-term investment in natural feed production. But while mulberry trees are incredibly productive, the next plant on our list is even more powerful in terms of raw biomass production. In fact, this next plant produces so much leafy material that farmers often use it to feed entire herds of animals. And when you see just how quickly it grows, you may realize why so many farmers consider it one of the most valuable plants in livestock farming. Plant number 6 is coming next, and it produces an astonishing amount of natural feed. Plant number 6 produces something that many livestock farmers value more than almost any other quality in animal feed: volume. When farmers begin searching for ways to reduce livestock feed costs, one of the first things they realize is that animals consume a tremendous amount of forage every single day. A few handfuls of leaves will not feed a goat for long. Chickens can go through greens quickly. Cattle can eat enormous quantities of grass. So farmers begin looking for plants that can produce large amounts of biomass quickly. Plants that can grow back rapidly after harvesting. Plants that turn sunlight, water, and soil into food for animals. That is exactly what cassava leaves provide. Cassava is best known as a root crop grown for its large starchy tubers. But what many people do not realize is that the plant's leaves are also incredibly useful as natural livestock feed. Cassava plants grow vigorously in warm climates and produce an impressive canopy of leafy branches. Those leaves can be harvested periodically and fed to livestock, providing a steady supply of green forage throughout the growing season. Goats, cattle, and sheep often consume cassava leaves eagerly. Some farmers chop the leaves into smaller pieces before feeding them, while others mix them with other fodder plants to create a balanced feed mixture. Because cassava grows rapidly and tolerates difficult conditions, it becomes an extremely reliable plant for homestead feed savings. Even when rainfall becomes irregular or soils are less than perfect, cassava plants often continue producing leaves and roots. This resilience makes cassava an important plant in self-sufficient farming systems, especially in regions where commercial feed is expensive or difficult to obtain. Another advantage of cassava plants is their dual-purpose nature. While the leaves can be harvested for livestock feed, the underground tubers provide a valuable food source for humans. In a family homestead system, this means one plant can support both the animals and the household. But while cassava produces impressive amounts of leafy material, the next plant on our list takes productivity to an entirely different level. This plant is not a tree and not a vegetable. It is a grass, and not just any grass. It is one of the most famous livestock grasses in the world. Plant number 5 is napier grass. Napier grass has earned a reputation among farmers as one of the most productive forage plants ever cultivated. In tropical and warm regions, this grass grows rapidly, forming thick clumps that can reach several meters in height. When conditions are favorable, napier grass grows so quickly that farmers can harvest it repeatedly throughout the year. This makes an extremely valuable plant for anyone trying to reduce livestock feed costs while maintaining healthy animals. Cattle farmers in particular rely heavily on napier grass because of the massive volume of fodder it produces. A small field planted with napier grass can generate an astonishing amount of forage. But cattle are not the only animals that benefit from this plant. Goats, sheep, and even rabbits can consume chopped napier grass when it is prepared properly. Farmers often cut the grass into smaller pieces and mix it with other fodder plants to create balanced feed rations. Another reason napier grass is so valuable is its ability to regrow after harvesting. When farmers cut the grass, the root system quickly pushes out new shoots, allowing another harvest just weeks later. This regrowth cycle turns napier grass into a renewable feed factory. For farmers practicing sustainable homesteading, this kind of productivity can dramatically reduce dependence on purchased feed. Instead of buying expensive sacks of livestock feed every month, farmers can harvest their own forage directly from their fields. And when napier grass is combined with other productive farm plants, the results can be extraordinary. But the next plant on our list is unlike anything we have discussed so far. While napier grass grows on land, the next plant grows on water, and it grows incredibly fast. Plant number 4 is duckweed. Duckweed is a tiny floating plant that forms a green carpet across the surface of ponds and still water. At first glance, it may look insignificant, but in reality, duckweed is one of the fastest growing plants on Earth. Under the right conditions, duckweed can double its biomass in just a few days. That kind of growth rate makes it extremely attractive to farmers who want to produce cheap animal feed with minimal space. But the real power of duckweed lies in its protein content. Duckweed protein levels can reach surprisingly high levels, sometimes rivaling the protein content of traditional animal feeds. Because of this, duckweed has attracted attention from farmers, researchers, and homesteaders around the world. Chickens eagerly consume duckweed when it is harvested fresh from ponds. Ducks naturally forage for it. Fish farmers often grow duckweed to feed their fish. Even pigs can benefit from duckweed as part of a balanced diet. For backyard farming systems, duckweed offers an especially interesting opportunity. A small pond or water container can produce a continuous supply of this protein-rich plant. As long as the water remains healthy and nutrients are available, duckweed continues multiplying rapidly. This creates a renewable feed source that requires very little land. In many ways, duckweed represents the future of natural livestock feed systems. It converts sunlight and nutrients into protein at an astonishing rate, making it one of the most efficient feed-producing plant available to small farmers. But while duckweed is incredibly impressive, the next plant on our list provides something that every farmer values. It improves the soil while feeding animals. Plant number 3 is cowpea forage. Cowpea is a legume that farmers have grown for centuries. It produces edible beans for humans, but the plant itself also provides excellent forage for livestock. One of the greatest advantages of cowpea is its ability to fix nitrogen in the soil. This means the plant naturally enriches the ground, improving fertility for future crops. For farmers practicing sustainable homesteading, this is incredibly valuable. The plant not only feeds animals, but also strengthens the soil ecosystem that supports the entire farm. Cowpea leaves and vines are rich in nutrients and are commonly fed to goats, sheep, and cattle. When harvested at the right stage of growth, the plant provides high-quality forage that animals digest easily. Because cowpea grows relatively quickly and spreads across the ground, it can produce large amounts of biomass in a short period of time. Many homesteaders plant cowpea as part of a rotational system. The plant improves soil fertility while producing natural livestock feed that reduces the need for expensive commercial feed. This kind of integrated farming approach is what makes self-sufficient farming systems so powerful. Plants feed animals. Animals contribute manure. Manure improves soil fertility, and fertile soil grows even more productive plants. But the next plant on our list takes nutritional power to an entirely different level. In fact, farmers around the world often refer to it as a miracle tree. And once you see what it can do for livestock, you may understand why it has earned that reputation. Plant number 2 is coming next, and its leaves are packed with extraordinary nutrients that animals thrive on. In the final part of this video, we will reveal the last 2 plants that many farmers consider the most powerful feed plants of all. One of them grows into a tree loaded with nutrition. And the number 1 plant on our list multiplies so fast that some farmers harvest it every few days. If your goal is to build a truly productive homestead where animals are fed naturally and feed costs drop dramatically, the next plants might completely change how you think about farming. And the first of those powerful plants is the famous Moringa tree. But before we reveal why farmers around the world depend on it, there's something important you should understand. The most successful farms are not built on a single plant. They are built on systems. And when you combine the plants we have already discussed with the 2 powerful plants coming next, you begin creating a farm that produces its own feed almost continuously. That is the kind of life-changing farming system that more and more homesteaders are discovering. And the final 2 plants will show you exactly why. Plant number 2 is often called one of the most powerful plants a farmer can grow. In many parts of the world, it has earned a nickname that says everything about its reputation. The miracle tree. Plant number 2 is Moringa. Moringa is a fast-growing tree that has gained global attention for its extraordinary nutritional value. Almost every part of the plant can be used in some way, but for livestock farmers the real treasure lies in the leaves. Moringa leaves are packed with protein, vitamins, and essential minerals. When animals consume these leaves, they receive a dense supply of nutrients that supports growth, health, and productivity. Farmers raising goats often report that their animals eagerly consume Moringa leaves whenever they are offered. Chickens peck at the leaves enthusiastically. Rabbits and sheep also benefit from the plant's nutrient-rich foliage. One of the reasons Moringa has become so popular in sustainable homesteading is its incredible growth rate. Under the right conditions, Moringa trees grow rapidly, sometimes reaching several meters in height within a single year. This fast growth means farmers can begin harvesting leaves relatively quickly after planting. And once the tree is established, the leaves can be harvested again and again. Farmers often prune the branches of Moringa trees to encourage new growth. Each pruning stimulates the tree to produce even more leaves, creating a continuous cycle of natural livestock feed. This cycle makes Moringa an incredibly valuable plant for anyone trying to reduce livestock feed costs while maintaining healthy animals. Another reason Moringa is so powerful is its versatility. The leaves can be fed fresh to animals. They can also be dried and ground into powder that can be mixed with other feed ingredients. Some farmers combine Moringa leaves with grasses and other fodder plants to create a balanced and highly nutritious feed ration. Because Moringa produces so much leaf material, it fits perfectly into self-sufficient farming systems where farmers want to grow as much of their own feed as possible. Many family homestead owners plant several Moringa trees around their property. Over time, these trees become a dependable source of natural livestock feed. Whenever animals need additional nutrition, farmers simply harvest a bundle of leaves and feed it directly to their animals. For those seeking life-changing farming strategies, Moringa represents a powerful step toward independence from expensive commercial feed. But even with all its incredible benefits, Moringa is not the most surprising plant on our list. The number one plant we are about to reveal is something very different. It does not grow in soil. It grows in water. And once it begins multiplying, it can spread so rapidly that farmers sometimes harvest it every few days. Plant number one is azalea. Azalea is a small floating water fern that grows on the surface of ponds and shallow water. At first glance, it may not look like much. It forms a thin layer of tiny green leaves that drift across the water's surface. But beneath that simple appearance lies one of the most remarkable feed plants in the world. Azalea grows incredibly fast. Under the right conditions, azalea can double its growth within just a few days. This rapid multiplication allows farmers to harvest it frequently while still maintaining a thriving population in their ponds. Because of this extraordinary growth rate, azalea has become one of the most efficient sources of natural livestock feed available to small farmers. Another reason azalea is so powerful is its protein content. This small aquatic plant contains surprisingly high levels of protein, making it a valuable supplement for many types of livestock. Chickens consume azalea eagerly, and many farmers report that poultry quickly learn to recognize it as a favorite food. Ducks naturally forage for azalea in water environments. Pigs can also consume it when mixed with other feed materials. In some farming systems, azalea is even used to support fish production. For backyard farming systems and family homesteads, azalea offers an exciting opportunity. A small pond, water tank, or line pit can be used to grow this plant. As long as the water contains the nutrients azalea needs, the plant continues multiplying rapidly. Farmers simply skim a portion of the floating plants from the surface and feed it to their animals. Within days, the remaining azalea grows back and covers the water again. This cycle can continue again and again, producing a renewable source of cheap animal feed. When farmers combine azalea with other productive farm plants like Moringa, napier grass, and mulberry, they begin creating a powerful system where feed grows naturally on the farm itself. This is a foundation of sustainable homesteading. Instead of depending entirely on expensive feed from stores, farmers grow the majority of their livestock nutrition directly on their land. Plants convert sunlight into energy. Animals consume those plants and convert them into meat, eggs, milk, and manure. And the manure returns nutrients to the soil, helping grow even more productive plants. Over time, this cycle strengthens the entire farm ecosystem. Feed costs drop. Soil fertility improves. Animals thrive on fresh natural nutrition. And the farm becomes more resilient and independent. The 10 plants we explored today represent some of the most useful, fast-growing fodder plants that farmers are using to transform their operations. Amaranth provides leafy greens and protein-rich seeds for poultry. Comfrey produces mineral-rich leaves that grow back again and again. Sweet potato vines spread quickly and generate abundant foliage for livestock. Mulberry trees offer nutritious leaves that goats and rabbits love. Cassava leaves provide massive quantities of forage while the roots feed the household. Napier grass produces enormous volumes of biomass that can feed entire herds. Duckweed grows on water and produces impressive levels of protein. Cowpea improves the soil while feeding animals. Moringa delivers extraordinary nutrition from its miracle leaves. And azalea multiplies rapidly in ponds, creating a renewable protein source that farmers can harvest frequently. When these plants are combined in a thoughtful system, they create a powerful network of natural livestock feed. This approach allows farmers to dramatically reduce livestock feed costs while building healthier and more productive farms. For anyone pursuing self-sufficient farming, sustainable homesteading, or backyard farming, these plants can become the foundation of a truly resilient system. The journey toward a productive homestead does not happen overnight. But every plant you grow moves you one step closer to independence from expensive commercial feed. Every patch of green forage you harvest strengthens your farm's ability to support animals naturally. And every improvement you make brings you closer to the kind of life-changing farming system that many people are now rediscovering. If you found this information helpful and you want to continue learning about powerful farming strategies, productive homestead systems, and natural ways to raise healthier livestock, then you are exactly the kind of person this channel was created for. This channel exists to explore practical ideas that help farmers and homesteaders grow more food, reduce costs, and build stronger farms using the power of nature. If you want to discover more fast-growing fodder plants, natural livestock feed systems, and proven methods for reducing livestock feed costs, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And if you are passionate about building a thriving farm, a productive backyard system, or a sustainable family homestead, then you are in the right place. Subscribe now and join us on this journey towards smarter farming, stronger homesteads, and a future where your animals are fed by the land you cultivate. Welcome to Herd and Harvest.